In my opinion, Bitmoji explains it more clearly. Granted, they are not just visual representations, but they also include text. What if we were to communicate, as seen in the Star Trek episode of The Next Generation, Darmok? Is the species that communicates all in metaphor the oral equivalent of emoji communication? Perhaps the evolution of writing is more about recreating events with regard to time and energy. Historically, writing has been more efficient use of time over image creation. The technology for image creation and reproduction has been too time-consuming and did not allow for the larger, more volumes of information to be communicated efficiently. The advent of the computer and cell phone have reimagined what is efficient for recreating the most accurate depiction of an event or thought, the natural state, Bolter, 2001. Video image and hypermedia give an easy or efficient way of more accurately demonstrating an event or author's position than text alone. This may be less about the evolution of text and more about the evolution of technology to convey the natural state. In the case of medieval writing, the audience that was literate and Anglo-Saxon was infinitely smaller than future populations. The ability to print writing matched the size of the audience, as it does now with computer technology and the current population. After medieval time, populations of those consuming text were out of proportion with the technology capable of producing the increased volumes of written work, re-rendering the technology to writing equation out of balance, and plunging the evolution of writing back into a more alphabet-driven endeavor. Bolter, 2001. The explosive radiation of technology throughout the globe and its efficiency to recreate the natural state of events and thoughts has realigned the equation of technology to writing, allowing for a renaissance of the medieval-style relationship of image and text. Hypertext and hypermedia have re-established the marginal notes of the medieval publications, Bolter 2001. The progression of text is directly linked to the evolution of technology associated with recreating the natural state for others. Projecting into the future, we will likely see a serious jump in the evolution of text when the efficacy of 3D environments like virtual reality and augmented reality become more ubiquitous. These media will create a new way of creating the natural state for others. The ability for thought via computer to be linked to these technologies will even further confound the natural state. So why the resistance to change? If the shift in communication is to the more natural state, without exploring this in depth, as there really isn't very much time, economics and class have the power to resist change in order to preserve the elitist attitudes towards knowledge. This is especially evident in academic writing, even more so in academic writing that may have an economic value attached to it, as is the case of research leading to a patent. The open access and near ubiquitous ability of technology to convey the natural state and provide insertion points for all abilities is in direct conflict with the maintenance of capital structures used to perpetuate class as a product of economic wealth and a mechanism of control. We need only consult the perpetuation of ableism as a demonstration. The evolution of technology and its subsequent availability to the Western population at large has yielded unintended consequences. Voice and knowledge are being given to marginalized populations, which in turn is pulling back the curtain on societal structures maintained to perpetuate class and economic prosperity. See the video on the image boards for communication and hear the voices of those long silenced. Congruent with this line of thinking, it isn't difficult to see the institutions indoctrinated to maintain Industrial Revolution models of society have been and continue to be resistant to the change in the text as outlined by Kress.